All right, here we go. We got Wesley in the house.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Good.
That's good. Good to see you. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, my name's Wesley Wells. I am an entrepreneur full-time now, credit repair specialist, more so of a consumer educator. That's what I like to call myself.
So where are you from?
Originally, I was born in San Mateo in the Bay Area. Lived in Sunnyvale for like 8 years of my life, then moved to Patterson when I was 11. So anybody ever asked me walking down the street, where you from? I'm gonna say Patterson, California. So that's what made me a man.
Okay, and what was it like growing up?
Well, growing up in Patterson, it was fun. You know, Patterson has something about it where it brings everybody back together for some reason, no matter what the circumstances are. And I have a lot of lifelong friends there that support me, and I love them back.
That's dope. So what did you do before credit repair?
Before credit repair, I was in retail for 8 years, and I recently just left. So that was a big step in my life that I just took about 2 months ago now. And I was a retail store manager at Shoe Palace. That's where everybody who's probably going to see this interview knows me from, especially from the Central Valley.
How was that transition from a full-time job into what you're doing today?
Man, it was hard. You know, I was contemplating on leaving like the whole year, to be honest with you. I've always did the credit repair thing on the side just for friends and family. And it was funny how it happened because it was the week before quarantine, before Governor Newsom shut everything down. And it was a Jordan release. And there was this couple that always comes and gets shoes, like every week, no matter what the drop is, they're in there getting sizes. And I just happened to be talking about my other business ventures, my 2 barbershops that I own. And they were asking me questions about how I started it and how I like being in partnership with my 2 great partners that I have. And then I was talking about buying a house, and then we got into the subject about buying a home, and then they were asking me about fixing credit because they had hired somebody to do it. And they didn't really ask me to do it because I didn't reveal to them that I repair credit. You know, to them, I was just a store manager at a retail store. But I was telling them the process of what this person was probably going to do when they started to do it, fixing the credit. And then they were like, wow, well, we should have just paid you to do it because we paid them X amount of dollars to do it. And kind of light bulb came off into my head. And then lo and behold, 4 days later, Governor Newsom shut down everything, and I pretty much got to studying during quarantine when I had nothing to do.
Wow. So how has COVID affected you? Has it been positive? Has it been negative?
It's definitely been positive. Like, I can tell you that, you know, unfortunately, it probably hasn't been so well for other people. But for me personally, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for, you know, the circumstances that everybody's in right now.
Okay. So how did you decide to turn it into a business?
Man, so when I had started out, a lot of people don't know this. I started out this year trying to take it serious, like I said, during the shutdown. And I didn't necessarily want to turn it into a business. I was just doing more research on how I can get better at getting more deletions people. It was going to be more of just a side hustle. And because I was thinking at first, like, okay, some people charge $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, and there's people that do it for $100. So there was so many wide ranges of pricing. I was just like, well, let me make this just a side hustle and just get the people to charge them like crazy amounts of money, and then, you know, I could still keep my job. That was my original thought. But once I started going, researching it, and then I came across like some software that helps you do the credit repair for you. Not necessarily for you, but it runs your business for you. And I just kind of was just like, what is this? And I started looking at it, and then I was like, well, I just said F it. I just downloaded the software and paid for the membership monthly, and then I just started studying it more and more.
That's dope. So how did you get your first client?
My first client was actually my mom. So she'll tell you too, so it's not like I'm putting out her business like that or anything, but you know, I was kind of like, well, I need to practice on somebody because I've done it here and there since like 2016. But then I was like, Mom, do you have anything, you know, that you might need to fix? She was like, yeah, there's a few things. And I was like, well, let me see it. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, come on, you've seen me do this before, so stop playing around. So I did it, a couple weeks, you know, the stuff started dropping. Her score was like well within the 700s. So, and then it kind of just went from there. And then I started, I put that on Instagram and I put that on Facebook. And then I had people in my DMs after that.
Wow, that's great. That's great doing numbers. So what was it like getting more and more clients?
Well, with the job, having a job, it was hard because first it was more of a side hustle. Having 5 to 10 people is really nothing because, say for instance, if I was helping you with your credit, you know, I'm gonna send out some dispute letters and I'm not gonna hear from you for like 30 days, you know? So, I mean, how easy is that, you know, to run a business like that? So 5, 10 people is nothing. But once I started getting more clients and I got my business structure down and my pricing structure down, that was what was really stopping me at first when it was just a side hustle, because people were asking me how much. I was all over the place because some people were like, hey, you should charge this and you should charge this, or you should charge per deleted item, or you should charge monthly. So that was really stirring with me, and I didn't really have any like a set base price for people. So once I got that down, which was honestly the end of August, I got that pricing structure down, and I had people like signing up like right away. And that's what made me ultimately leave my job, because while I was working, I would have people calling me and, you know, wanting to get help. But then in this type of business, you have to get it when it's hot. So you can come to me for, you know, for credit repair, and you don't hear from me for 3 days. I might not hear from you for 3 months. Wow. And I've had that. I've recently had clients that signed up in June, and they recently signed up with me over the weekend, just because I didn't catch them in June, because it took me a week to even get back to them because I had a full-time job. So.
Okay, so how has social media helped you?
Social media has helped me a lot. And the crazy part about it is I haven't even done any paid advertisements or anything like that. It's just all of a word of mouth and just giving content out to the people, just to educate them on knowing their rights as a consumer, and, you know, knowing that stuff doesn't have to stay on your credit report forever. So it's definitely helped out a lot.
Are you doing any other things besides social media to get clients?
As of right now, no, I'm not. You know, it's just all social media. So, you know, every day I post something, someone's in my DMs. Either they're inquiring about how much I charge for my services, or they're just inquiring, just having a question like, hey, you know, what's the good percentage to pay down my credit card so my score could go up? Or, you know, you know, how do I, you know, just little things like that. Every day's content, I have people talking to me, so.
And are you doing this by yourself?
Right now, yes, but the beginning of December, like after all this Thanksgiving, Black Friday stuff, I'm actually gonna have 2 people intern with me, and then I plan on hiring them for January 2021 to help me out to grow the business.
Already expanding, huh?
Most definitely.